Hello, folks. Come on in. Huddle up. Let's talk about the Jets and the Ravens coming up, huh? The Ravens already fired a shot at the Jets with Ray Lewis, their Hall of Fame linebacker. Let's call him that now because he will get in the Hall of Fame. Well, Ray Lewis has taken some offense to the way the Jets have been popping off in the off season, and Ray is a firm believer that actions speak louder than words. So that Raven defense is going to be a formidable foe. When I look at their defense, I see two weaknesses that I'd like to attack if I were on the Jet offense, and both of those weaknesses are at the cornerback positions. I don't believe the Ravens have the kind of corners that can keep up with some speedy wideouts. So we're going to see how they handle the Jets wideouts, but that's the only weakness I see with this Raven defense, are the two cornerbacks. Now, whenever I look over at the Ravens offense, I have to worry about the Jets being able to stop them. I'll tell you why. They have a quarterback that has suddenly become one of the top 6 quarterbacks in the league or so. I mean, Falco is outstanding. He's big, he's smart, and he can throw the ball. He has 2 wide receivers that are really threats. Antoine Bolden, they picked up in the offseason. You folks know he's big, he's strong, and he's fast. Mason, another good receiver who's proven his worth over the last few seasons. You go to tight end, Todd Heap, hey, he's got as good a hands at tight end as anybody in the league. You don't want to throw the ball if you're the Ravens. What do? You hand it off to Ray Rice or McClain, the fullback even. They're both outstanding runners. So I see a very dangerous offense for the Baltimore Ravens. The only question mark they have to me is their left tackle, Ower. He's got an injury, a nagging back problem, and if he's not 100%, the Jets defense will have a better chance of slowing down that Raven offense. When I mention the Jets defense, let's go ahead and talk about them. The big news, of course, is getting Revis back home at the cornerback position. I just don't know that he's going to be 100%. I can't imagine him playing as well after being in camp only 1 week that he would had he been in camp longer. And a good reference to that, a recent one, is the example we had with Brett Favre the other night whenever they played New Orleans. Favre just wasn't himself. I mean, he hasn't been in every first game that he's come back after missing training camp. So I'm worried about Revis a bit. They will be testing him. He's not quite up to speed yet, and I'd have to go after him. And staying in the secondary, our free safety pool right now is questionable. Eric Smith will step up and take his place if Poole can't go. But otherwise, I think our defense is going to be pretty strong in the secondary, especially with Wilson able to play in those nickel packages, third down packages. Being a rookie, he's already shown in the preseason he's a gifted cornerback. And when you're able to put him in the slot to cover someone, moving around with someone, and still have your 2 number 1 corners in their positions, I think we're going to have a better secondary. Now, Cromartie's tackling does have me concerned. Mainly because of missed tackles in last year's game against the Jets. So with the strong running game of the Ravens, we're going to have to see also if Cromartie's going to improve his tackling somewhat. All of you Jet fans know we've had some injuries on the defensive line, as well as Pace, our linebacker. I mean, we are counting on Jason Taylor to contribute this season, but I don't think we were looking for Jason Taylor to start the first game as our linebacker and play full time. We're going to see just what kind of shape Jason Taylor is in. He's certainly got the wherewithal, the mental game. The man knows what's going on, but does he still have the physical quickness to keep up with either receivers coming out of that backfield or trying to apply some pressure. I watched Jason, again, I think he has slowed down a bit. He's not his old self, so it's good to keep an eye on Jason. We can only hope for the best. We look at our offensive side of the football, we have to start with our quarterback, Mark Sanchez, because you're not going to win a championship without a quarterback that's at least capable. Now, Mark has improved over the last season, and I wish I could say I saw some improvement in the preseason, but preseason's so hard to figure out. We just have to throw it out the window and hope that Mark's got a better handle on the offense. He's going to be more confident with what he does. But folks, the fact of the matter is he is a young man. He is a young quarterback. There's only so much you can put in that mind and come to like that without numerous repetitions, and he hasn't had that many repetitions as a quarterback to at least call a veteran quarterback. I can't even call him a veteran quarterback at this stage. So I'm a little bit worried with how we're going to see Mark play, especially with our offensive line being a little inconsistent this preseason. Losing Alan Fanek was a problem because Slauson, he's looked real good at times, but Slauson hasn't measured up 100% of the time yet, and I think we're a little thin in the offensive line. It's going to be a long season, folks, and you know injuries come into play big time. When I look at our wideouts, for example, going in to play the Ravens, I don't think we have a deep threat. Braylon Edwards, he's a big guy. His hands are okay. Speed, breakaway speed, I don't see it. I don't see Cotchery being a deep threat. We're going in to play the Baltimore Ravens. Santonio Holmes not going to be there. How are we going to stretch the field? Those Ravens are going to come up and try to jam their running game because I don't think they do respect our wideouts as deep threats. The kicking game, of course, will play a factor as it does every week, folks. The most exciting part for me will be watching Kyle Wilson hopefully return some punts and even kicks. He's got some speed and he's got the footwork. I just like him. I'm excited about seeing him back there. Now, to try to summarize this game, I'm worried. I'm worried for the Jets, okay? I am a Jet fan. I'd like to see them win the game. It's going to be very difficult. Of course, turnovers will make a difference. The Jets' defense is good, even though Revis may not be up to speed yet. It's a good defense. However, I still got to lean toward the Ravens in this game. They look like a solid package. They look like a solid Super Bowl contender to me. They got a quarterback that can handle whatever you throw at him. And they have made their receivers better with Antoine Bolden. I look for the Ravens to give the Jets a very difficult time Monday night, and I'm not going to pick a winner because you know who I want to win, but I'm afraid that the Ravens might come out on top. I'll be back to you, hopefully before the game, but if not, let's hope I can come back with a happy attitude, a happy face, and say, yay, the Jets won. That's what I want to see. I'll be back at you later. Ready? Break.